In this video, I give you a full step-by-step tutorial on how to optimize your Micro-SaaS landing page with SEO. I cover how to pick the best keywords, how to outrank your direct competitors fast. I also cover how to rank first in AI chatbots like Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude. Let's get started. First, let me show you real quick what I did for one of my SaaS. I started on August 11th. That's when I submitted my sitemap.xml. And in just 30 days, as you can see, there's a growth. When I started, we averaged 3 clicks per day, and just a month later, there's 27 clicks. And I'm not running any ads, it's just purely SEO optimization. So for this project, I built link growth website, which basically finds posts on LinkedIn, analyzes them, and suggests sales opportunities for salespeople. So this SaaS is tailored for sales departments in corporations. Using this platform, they can go find relevant posts on LinkedIn. Our AI would analyze the posts, show the relevance to the product that they have, and then suggest replies to these people and start the sales cycle. So I built this landing page in my previous video, speedrunning Micro-SaaS. We validated this SaaS idea, we built it out, and we ran Google Ads to it, and we made sure that this is a valid product. People were signing up. As you can see, there's no free signups. People were trying to sign up, and we got about 4 ROAS on each sign up, which is huge. So we definitely know that this product is valid, and now we're gonna optimize it with SEO. So the first step is to find the keywords. For your existing SaaS, you might already know all your keywords. If you don't, there's 2 good ways to find them. One is Google Trends. The second thing is SEO.ai. That's personally what I use. So I use SEO.ai to find keywords. In my opinion, it's much better than Google Trends. It uses AI to find keywords. So we're gonna find keywords here. It's 7 days for free, so you can cancel anytime. So we're gonna type analyze my website and provide about 100 keywords that I can rank for websites. So it gave us a list of 100 relevant keywords to us, and then what we're gonna do is tell it to give us volume. Give me search volume for each keyword. All right, so it gave us a list of pretty good keywords. We want to position ourselves as LinkedIn lead generation tool or software. So CRM integration, that's not relevant to us. This is not relevant. Social, not relevant. Sales prospecting, that's relevant. Lead generation software, that's very relevant. Linked sales automation, that's fine. Engagement metrics, no. We're not doing integrations as our main selling point in sales enablement. So I like this, and we can tell it to give me more relevant keywords to this one. Give me more relevant keywords for this. So it gave us more. B2B lead generation, that's great. LinkedIn lead generation services, that's good. Let's just copy all of them, and then we're gonna go through them. And obviously LinkedIn lead generation software. So we know that this one is 70 monthly. Then we have B2B lead generation 260, which is great. LinkedIn lead generation services. So we're not in a services business, we are in a platform. We can remove this. We're not agency. Tools, yes. Then lead generation campaign, that's just when people launch their campaigns. This is perfect. Strategies, they're more looking for ideas. Companies, no. Outreach software, yes. Prospecting software, yes. Automation tools, yes. Lead generation system, whoever wants to phrase it, but yes. Okay, so we got these, but how about just LinkedIn lead generation? Let's do lead generation and lead generation tool. How about lead generation and lead generation tool, not tools. Which doesn't matter, because if it's just one letter, Google algorithms are smart enough to know what we want. So LinkedIn lead generation tool is 210. So that's a winner in my opinion. So yeah, it's the same thing. So all we're gonna position ourselves as our primary is LinkedIn lead generation tool, and then these are secondary. And LinkedIn lead generation, this is also huge. We can mention this as included everywhere. If this keyword is here, you know what I mean? This is long tail keywords, but we can do short ones as well because it's a lot. So we're going to mention this everywhere. We're going to position ourselves as the most primary keyword. You want to have one primary keyword when you build your landing page, and the rest are secondary. So it's going to prioritize this in meta tags and everything else. So now we know the list of our keywords. So we now need to add them to the website. And what I do is I use Codex. I use a terminal-based Codex right here. I just told it to analyze all the files, all the documents, all the information about the website. And now we need to use a prompt. I already wrote a prompt. I'm going to drop it in Google Drive. You can take it and copy. But basically what it does, it says you're expert SEO developer. This is the list of keywords. We just have to paste them. And this is one primary keyword, and this is our site URL. And the rest, it just says the global rules. You want to optimize, use H1 tags, use title, meta description, then map the keywords, optimize it, do URL rerouting, which you don't want to do like just slash. You want to do the whole website slash for when you click on logo or home. Then we do internal links. We want to optimize it for mobile. We want to make it very fast, and then we want to index. So it will generate us sitemap.xml that will submit to Google Search Console. And the last thing I want to do, this is a keyword for ChatGPT. Codex, use ultrathink, which means do reasoning and ask me questions. So what I'm going to do is first we just need to drop the keywords here, and then we'll start coding. The only thing we need to do is just to drop these keywords here and then let Codex code it up for us. So pasted the keywords here, and then I copied the entire text and dropped it in my docs folder where Codex has access to. And what we're going to do is we're going to just say, please read directions from docs SEO directions.txt. And we're going to let it cook. So it came back with a couple of questions just to confirm the keywords. Then they ask for slug preference. Basically, you want to use root a slash or clean SEO slug, which that's what we want. As I said earlier, we want to avoid slashes. It suggested FAQ section. I approved that. Then brand and logo. We just confirmed that. And then, so the last thing I want to say is I use Codex, which is by far the best tool for web development or Micro-SaaS development on the market right now. So I strongly suggest using that as well. All right, so we answered the questions and we're just gonna let it cook. So I finished coding, and as you can see, we got 8 changes. It created robots, txt, and sitemap XML, which is the most important thing. That's what we can submit, but before we submit, we want to verify that everything works good, looks good, and the text says correct things. So I'm just gonna run it in local. So I launched the website, and as you can see, it made quite a few changes. It added the sections in the header so we can reference them properly. We added the FAQ section. Then we have keywords in the hero in H1, which is good. It still contains the same message as finds buying signals, scores opportunities, and accelerate conversations. So all the creatives are still here, and it just added the FAQ section. The one thing I would do is I would just move the FAQ below the pricing, and it should be good to go. All right, so I moved the FAQs below the pricing, which is what we wanted, and now we're just gonna push it to Vercel. So our changes are now live. As you can see, we go to linkgrowth.co and we can see the changes that we added. One interesting thing to add is it generated sitemap.xml, which just shows which pages that we have and the frequency that it can be changed, which will lead to my next point is blogs. But before we do that, we need to submit this sitemap XML to Google so we can start ranking the page. So to submit our sitemap XML, we need to go to our Google Search Console, click top left, add property. Now we're just gonna add the domain here. We're gonna remove all the slashes. So it will ask you to verify your domain, and I host it on GoDaddy, so I'll have to do it through that. But if you're not hosting it through GoDaddy, you can just click any DNS provider and it'll provide you with the TXT, or you can just choose a CNAME, which you'll go there and just enter it in the domain provider. So, but we're choosing GoDaddy and we're going to do it through that. And we're just going to click connect. Now it has to verify it real quick. Okay, it auto-verified the property, which means we're good to go. And now we have access to Google Search Console. So right now it's gonna take some time to index everything and generate reports and start doing performance. So that's the first step of optimizing your landing page with on-page SEO. The next thing is you wanna rank for keywords. And the more keywords you have, the better. So the best answer here is blogs, and you need to write blogs. So when Google crawls your website through sitemap XML that I showed you, you will see more blogs and it will crawl those pages and it will collect the keywords from those pages. And because of that, it will rank your website higher. So now let's talk about blogs, and which is a very important part of your SaaS. And why blogs are important is, let's say you have the list of keywords, and these are our keywords, but this is our primary keyword. We use them on our website, on a landing page. But we have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 mentions of our primary keyword and maybe 1 for the other ones. When Google searches your, scrapes your website, it wants to see the more keywords that you have, the better it is for your ranking. So that's when blogs come in. And let's take a look at this just DMCA Shopify tool, which basically, this is a tool for e-commerce brands. If you have your e-commerce store with your physical product and somebody steals your images, you can take them down, right? So this is a pretty interesting idea, but when you Google this, and best is just additional keyword, it could just be DMCA Shopify tool. But what you see at first is obviously just Google, which already promotes one brand, and I'll talk about it later. But you see is ads, and then you can see the actual listing, and this is on Shopify store. You can just subscribe to it. It's like a marketplace. Then you have Reddit, which is very interesting. Reddit and Quora now rank higher than most things. Then you have Shopify, and then you have, check this out, this is just the blog by Pagefly, it just lets you build pages. Then you have another app, then you have another app, and then you have communities, and then you have IP Mode, that is actually just was mentioned right here by AI Overview. Let's take a look at this IP Mode, and as you can see, it brings us to the blog. Basically what it means is they threw a bunch of keywords here that help them rank. And if we'll take a look at the website, defend against counterfeit listings, that's what exactly DMCA for Shopify is. And if we take a look at their traffic, as you can see, they're scaling up aggressively. In June, they had 2.2K visitors, and today at August, they're at 9. So they more than quadrupled their traffic just by doing blogs. But also, this is very important, notice that here is they're mentioned for some reason in AI, and then I'm sure they're mentioned in these Reddits and Quoras. And the reason it is right now is when you Google something, AI, or you can ask AI, Google Gemini right here, AI Mode, or ChatGPT, it also ranks stuff. It also ranks websites. It's a separate niche within SEO that nobody talks about, and I will talk about how to rank in ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude and any other AI, because they all use same scraping mechanisms. But how to rank yourself higher is you do via blogs. And let's take a look at this SEO.ai. It can write your blogs for you. You can use it with ChatGPT or Claude, just prompt it to have good keywords in there and have the right structure for the website. So in our example, we have these keywords, right? We're gonna go to volume and we're gonna paste the keywords, and let's take a look at this. So these are our keywords, and it shows you the search volume and how hard it is to rank for it. which means how many blogs do you need to produce for the keyword to rank. So let's say we have easy one, LinkedIn sales automation tools, prospecting software, and lead generation software. It doesn't have many searches. This one, 2010, 50 searches, but you can rank for it easier than, for example, you would rank for this. And lead generation tool, which is our primary keyword, it's hard to rank for, which is still good. You still want to have a very heavy keyword be your main. It just because if people search for this, they will most likely to convert if they search for something less relevant. So what we need to do is pump blogs, and the number of blogs to pump for this keyword, the low one and easy, is much lower than to pump for LinkedIn lead generation or lead generation tool. And it's just a matter of how many blogs are you going to produce for it to rank higher. And for example, I already did one. I included our primary keywords. And so if we click on our blog that are produced, it shows you the SEO score, which is I like about SEO.ai. And you can change stuff here. Let's say you can optimize it and make it higher. Let's say we just want to unlock B2B success, and it makes it sound like a human too, or you wanted to make it sound like a human. Then we want to fix H1s. It gives you what to fix. And I'm not promoting this product. I use it to write blogs. So once you have this blog, right, what do is you need to export it. And the thing is with SEO.ai, you can either publish it to Google Docs or WordPress, which none of these options work for us. We just need HTML for it. So you can do is copy to HTML. And once you copied it, you can tell your AI like Codex or Cloud Code just to here's the blog, write the blog and reference it in sitemap XML. And we'll do it very quickly. So as you can see, I pasted in a notepad, and this is the exact HTML that we need because it tracks the H1s. But this one, as you can see, it doesn't have meta tags, which is another problem with SEO.ai. So you'd have to go and where's the chat and just say, provide me the outer HTML for this document. So it gave us the doc, we can just copy it. And let's say we paste it here. And then we just replace the main with what we have. So if we go do this, cut, and just paste it here. So this is our blog right here. The thing is why I use SEO.ai is because you can tell it to generate 20 blogs. It doesn't have to do one blog at a time. And then you just come here and do this. And if you're using the same keywords, you can come here and copy the same tags. And then you just copy them. And let's say 1 week you pumped 7 for just one keyword, or 2, 3 keywords in one blog, and you just iterate through keywords. That's what I do. But the problem, as I said, you can't push it automatically. You can't make it write blogs for you automatically and push them automatically, which is a problem. But on the other side, sometimes you don't want it to release terrible SEO score. This is not great. This is 71, but it's not bad either. But let's say we have a 31%, and there's no tool that right now on the market that does it for you and does it for you with quality. So we have the doc, which is going to tell Codex to write me a blog. So we basically tell Codex I need to write a blog. It's located in docs. You must create a blogs page and reference it in there. Create a link in the header and include it in sitemap XML, because this is the most important part so Google can crawl and see the blog. Okay, so I finished the blog, it created the blogs page, and it created this article. Okay, and the most important thing that we need to know is, did it create a site, update the sitemap XML? And we can see, here we go, we got blogs. It included the blog, which is great. And since we already submitted our website to Google Search Console, it will already automatically scrape it and update our listings. And this is how you basically build blogs for your SaaS. So we just talked about on-page SEO and writing blogs. On-page SEO that I showed you, you just do it once, and blogs you can produce once a week. You can just pump out 7 or more if you have time, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So one thing I also want to talk about that we saw earlier when we searched for best DMCA Shopify tool, as we saw IP mode came up. which in June, which is only a couple of months ago, he had 2,000 monthly visits. So how did Google take IP mode over, let's say, Rulta? Let's take their search traffic, which is 10 times, 20 times bigger than IP mode. And the answer is backlinks. So backlinks is when another website references your website, and you can go on blogs and write about your product, or you can hire somebody to do it. And if you hire somebody, you can go on Fiverr, which is pretty cheap. And let's take a look at the first link. $20 for 50 backlinks and 85 for 250. The problem with this is, well, it's expensive. I don't know what's your situation if you're just starting out and you're trying to save as much money as possible, but also you don't know where they're gonna post it, right? And going back again to this best DMCA Shopify tool, for some reason they were chosen by Gemini, and I'm sure ChatGPT would choose them as well. And if we go and take a look at the percentage share of top 10 websites where ChatGPT and Gemini scrape their data, number one is Wikipedia by far, which you can't do anything about. You can't post on Wikipedia. But then we have Reddit, and this is where the rest of them are not forums, but Reddit is. So how do you promote yourself? How do you rank yourself with Reddit? Simple. You just go on Reddit. You can have it yourself or have your virtual assistant go there and just go and post on Reddit. You can either post, but also commenting. And as you can see here, Reddit and Quora comes out almost first after the ads, after the IP mode. These guys come up first. And so you can use a couple of tools. One of them is called Red Profit, which is basically AI that mentions your product on Reddit. You can use it, just create a Reddit account or buy one and just keep posting on Reddit. Some of the stuff will get banned depending on subreddits, but this is how you will rank your website, not on Google per se, but on AI bots like Gemini, which is owned by Google, and ChatGPT and Claude, because a lot of people nowadays, they ask ChatGPT what's the best tool. They don't go to Google. So this sums it up about blogs and backlinks. Last thing I want to say is I offer consultancy to a very small group of people each month. So we do similar thing that you saw in the video. We find ideas, we build out landing pages, optimize them with SEO, run Google ads, Facebook ads, promote marketing channels. So if you're interested, hit the first link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please like. Thank you very much for watching it. See you later.